Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to sit down and get ready with you today, give some life updates as well, just because I mentioned in my last video that a lot has changed since moving. I just moved to a different city, the city that I used to live in, so we're back. But a lot has changed in like the 2 months that I was off YouTube. So I just wanted to sit down and chat and give some life updates and things. I'm already literally glistening with sweat. We're in like a heat advisory thing here, and this room doesn't get any air, and there is a fan, but if I put the fan on, it's probably gonna be loud and you're gonna be able to hear it. So we're just gonna sit here and be a little warm for the time being. So I'm gonna start with a base that I actually did yesterday for work, and I actually really liked it. It's 2 e.l.f. products. It's the Halo Glow Liquid Filter and then the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This one's like the matte finish one. I know they have like a more hydrating or dewy one as well, but I actually really like these. It's a little bit, I think, like a little bit more coverage than I usually do, and a little bit more of like a matte finish than I usually do. But then you kind of see this Halo Glow like coming through, so it doesn't make it like too matte, but this concealer is definitely matte, so that's why I say that. But I don't know, it's pretty, and I did it yesterday kind of randomly and liked it, so we're just gonna do it again today. I'm gonna put my hair back on my ears. I'm literally sweating. But I'm gonna start with the Halo Glow. I just have moisturized skin. I have my like vitamin C serum on too. I've been just using like the First Aid Beauty vitamin C and really liking it. I definitely have not kept up with it as much as I probably should. Like, I don't put it on every single day. But when I do like it, and I just need to be more consistent with it. But I don't know, I've just been lazy with my skincare. I pretty much just wash my face and use moisturizer. Like I think it's a CeraVe moisturizer, like the basic one. My skin's pretty sensitive, so I feel like that's why it like has been working decent for me, because it likes simplicity. But this one is in shade 2 Fair Light for the Halo Glow. I'm gonna take a wet beauty blender. This is just like the Real Techniques sponge, and blend that out. So this is only like my 3rd time, I think, using the Halo Glow. The first time I wore it by itself. I don't have any comparison to the like Charlotte Tilbury one that this is kind of like a dupe for, because I've literally never used that. So I don't have that to compare it to, but it is kind of crazy how even this makes your skin look without really being any, like, it's not really a coverage product, you know. It's just, I think it does kind of have that, like, you know, it says filter on it, like I think it's supposed to kind of filter your skin, make it look more even, but it's just, you know, to not be a foundation, it does really make your skin look really pretty and has some coverage in it. So really impressed with this product. Obviously a very reasonable price point as well. So that's gonna become like my glow. Because like I said, this concealer is more matte, but to then add my more like coverage in, I'm gonna put this under my eyes and kind of use like a good amount of it. And this is, I think, like, it's quite light for my skin, but does kind of help me like contour and really pull out like the high points of my face. So I just did that and then just blended that out. So that's gonna be the base. And I feel like the matte works well with having this like glowy base on. And then the glowy base is also a little bit like bronzy for my skin. So then the lightness of this concealer kind of like, I don't know, they like mix and make it match my skin tone a little bit more or something. This is at least what I'm telling myself. But anyway, I am getting ready because I have a bridal like makeup trial tonight. So if you are new here, I do wedding makeup on the weekend. I work underneath a makeup artist that has her own business, and we kind of just work together on weddings. Sometimes I'll take, like, if she's not available, I'll kind of pick up some of her makeup applications that aren't for weddings, but normally it's wedding makeup pretty much, because that's kind of what she needed help with, and why she hired me was to help with like larger parties and just like cutting down on the amount of time it takes for her to do parties, because sometimes, you know, people have a lot of people in their weddings, and that means a lot of people that need makeup done, and it's a lot of work to do. I would say for me, to do like over 3 or 4 people, it's like exhausting. Like, I feel like having 2 or 3 is pretty decent, but once you like kind of get over that, it gets to be like a lot of makeup and like it's, you know, kind of a lot to do someone's makeup, especially for like a special event, and do that like over and over and over again. Anyway, she hired me in January, so I was still living in Madison, Wisconsin when she hired me, but I knew that my boyfriend and I were probably going to move back to La Crosse, where we live now and where we're from. So that's why I accepted the job from her and started working with her. So I normally would just like come drive the 2 hours and do like weddings with her and stuff, but at that time it wasn't really the wedding season. But I knew that, like, you know, by the busyness of the wedding season, I was going to be in town, so it's like it really worked out perfectly. So that's normally on the weekend. And then I guess my other, like, my first life update is just that I work at Ulta now, which is where I used to work before I moved away to Madison. I've had a lot of different positions there. I started at just like a normal beauty advisor. I'm using the Ilia powder, by the way, and pretty much putting it wherever I put that concealer. I was also like a lead cashier at one time, and then I kind of grew, and then I did become a manager as well, and that's the position I was when I moved to Madison. So I think before moving I was there for a total of like 4 years, so a pretty long time. Like, you know, I was on and off too, like I always had different jobs in between, but I always stuck with Ulta, so it's kind of always been like a constant, I feel like. I'm also going to use the Ilia bronzer as well. I usually use my NARS cream bronzer. That's what I used yesterday on this base, but I just powdered without even thinking, and not like that one probably couldn't go over powder, but we're just going to use a powder bronzer, which I haven't really used a standalone powder bronzer in a very long time. So that's what we're going to do. But I didn't really know that I was going to like go back to Ulta when I moved back. But it did like kind of pop into my mind, like maybe it's a possibility, and I kind of like thought more about it. And once we like got back, I was like, okay, I feel like I need something else in between all the other things I'm doing, just for something constant. So like I said, doing makeup for weddings and stuff is normally just on the weekends, and it's not the most consistent. Like, for summertime, it's probably the most consistent it's gonna be, but it really just depends on like what she has booked and stuff, and like it's not like it's every day, and it's not like you know, get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. It's not like perfect like that. So I felt like I needed something in between that, especially just like during the week as well. And then I also have my small business as well. It's called Lady Love, and it's just a jewelry business. And I knew I wanted to spend a lot of time on that as well. And then I also knew that I wanted to spend time doing YouTube still. So I needed something like flexible, something that I can kind of choose, like go in and choose my hours and choose my availability, and be able to kind of like switch shifts and get off if I need to when things come up. A lot of like normal jobs during the week don't obviously have that flexibility. Like, you have to be there during these hours, and that's your hours, and like you don't have the flexibility. Obviously retail, it's kind of like they're open all week and all weekend, and you can kind of like have your hours be more flexible and stuff. And then I also like really didn't want to learn a new job either. But anyway, all in all, I went back to Ulta and I pretty much already, you know most things there. Some things have kind of changed in the 2 years that I was living in Madison. But you know, nothing drastic. Like I pretty much picked everything up right away anyway, and even if I like don't at first remember something, it all comes back to me. So anyway, it's been good. I've been doing like 20 to 25 hours there, mostly during the week, and then on the weekends do wedding makeup. So it's been busy, and it's been working out, and it's been fun to be around like makeup again all the time. And it actually helps me, I feel like, a lot in doing YouTube because, well, first of all, I just have more like product knowledge, and sometimes we do, you know, trainings, or like we always know when the new launches are coming because, you know, you're getting them in store, and you kind of see the product right away. So it's nice to kind of be like, I felt like I already was in the know about most makeup launches and stuff because that's who I kind of follow on social media, or what I kind of follow. But now I feel like I'm even more so in touch with all of that. And then I obviously also get a discount too. So I think it just kind of worked in with what I'm trying to accomplish. And yeah, I think it's been good. And I feel like I can like take it for what it is kind of. It's kind of nice to like not be a manager there and not have the responsibility there. I feel like I always will care you know, like how things are going, care a little bit more than maybe like just a normal employee. But it's nice to like go and just do my job and then kind of be able to leave it there a little bit more, and not have like the responsibility of actually being like a leader there. I am a prestige beauty advisor, so again, it's another separate position. That's like what, the 4th position I've had there. So they've definitely been like, they're a good company in that way that they like move with you, change with you. There's definitely opportunity. They're willing to, you know, listen and see potential and all that. So that's one kind of bigger life update. But it's been kind of crazy, busy, but in like a good way, I feel like. For blush, I just used the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic. This is the shade Pillow Talk. So pretty. Look at me using all like powders today. I never do that. I'm gonna do the Glossier Boy Brow in brown for my brows. Just run that through them. So tonight, like I said, I have a bridal trial. So usually I do all the weddings like with, you know, my boss basically that owns the company, and that's what she does for a living is makeup. Usually we're doing the weddings together. Then she had this bride reach out kind of last minute, like the wedding's literally like next weekend, to see if she's available, and she wasn't available, but I am. So I'm just gonna take this wedding on by myself, which I have done weddings by myself before in the past, just not while being employed by her. But tonight I'm doing the trial, so I'll meet the bride and stuff and do her makeup and make sure she likes it and everything. And then we can always like change things for like the real day. But so hopefully it goes well. It's always kind of interesting. You don't know, you know, you don't have no idea who this person is, and you just meet them. And you hope that you guys vibe and that she likes what you do and everything, you know. I think I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier, it's like a cream shadow. This is in khaki. And just line my eyes, just use it kind of as like an eyeliner, just to add a little something more to the eyes. But then I guess my other big life update is just that we moved, and then we moved into an apartment and not a house like we thought we were going to. Like I mentioned in past videos, I mentioned that we were looking for a home, my boyfriend and I, and that we were probably going to be doing some like renovations, and that I would probably show that and everything and show the process. And you know, it's not going to be like what my whole channel is about or anything, but just kind of, you know, show a little bit of it and stuff. Thought it'd be really fun. Actually, I kind of want to blend it out a little bit more than that. But it's not really my like story to tell. I would say it's more my boyfriend's story to tell. But then when I say that, I also feel like I'm not giving enough credit, because I also had to live it too, and it affected me. Oh, here comes a train. Okay, while I waited for the train to pass, I just blended that out. Nice little smoky eye. I'm gonna curl my lashes and use, I think, probably the Ilia mascara. I'm kind of trying to use this up now just to kind of like move on, try something different. And I actually have 2 mascaras I want to try that I have, so we'll do a video soon of like trying a couple new, just new to me products. And also new, I guess both of the mascaras I have are like newer products in general. But what was I saying? It was more, I was not the one purchasing anything. So like I said, it's not really my story to tell. So I don't really have a lot to like say on the matter in a public sense, I guess. If you were face to face with me in person, I would 100% like fill you in. I am not like secretive or shy about just the whole thing and how it affected me. But just all in all, it just didn't work out. We were kind of, for literal months, we were back and forth on, you know, thinking we were gonna get a house and then kind of something falling through, and then thinking it was still gonna happen and then something falling through. It was a lot of back and forth. And then in that time being, our lease ended in Madison while we still didn't have somewhere to live, still thinking that we would be able to get a house. So we stayed at my parents', and then we weren't, you know, thinking we were gonna be there for as long as we were, but we ended up being there for 2 months. And it wasn't bad or anything, like everything went well, like we're close with my family, you know, it's as best as it probably could be. Living with parents at the age of 27, you know, like everything was totally fine. But it's just the fact that we didn't expect it and that we didn't think it was gonna be that long. And just the back and forth. I'm not a back and forth person at all. I kind of live like, if you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. And I like kind of knowing what's happening, and I can be a go with the flow person, I definitely can, but also kind of like depends on the situation as well. So there's a lot of back and forth. And then basically my boyfriend and I just had to make the decision like, all right, we don't think this is gonna happen. Let's get something of our own so we can move on and at least have our own home and feel more settled. You know, we have lives too, we have jobs, we had a cat, now we have cats. And like I said, I'm not like complaining about having to live with my parents. I'm glad I just had somewhere to live, you know. I mean, it's a privilege in and of itself. It's just the situation of it. If you knew it all, I think you would think it was a little cuckoo too. But I think it was good in the way that we decided for ourselves then, instead of kind of relying on other people, we decided like for us and for our little family, let's use the information that we have at hand and make a decision for ourselves. That's what we did. We started looking for apartments, found this one here. We knew we wanted more room than in Madison. I feel like I'm putting so much mascara on, but I'm trying to make them look like even. In Madison, we literally just had 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And the bathroom doesn't really bother us at all. We don't care, like we didn't have any issue sharing a bathroom at all, but we knew we wanted more bedrooms. I knew that I would love somewhere to film YouTube videos that wasn't just like in the corner of our bedroom. And a place where that I could also use to work on Lady Love as well. I, you know, hand make my jewelry, so there's a lot of supplies. I need a workspace. Like, all of that, and I knew that like once I'd be able to kind of like get my own place, and once it's set up and everything, that I could really focus a lot more on it and grow a lot more. I'd have the space to bring my ideas to life and really like run with them. So that's what I'm excited to do. Everything's been a little crazy. Like, I have yet to set it all up and everything. I'm getting unpacked still. Like, we've only been in this apartment for like 3 weeks now, and so we're still, you know, getting settled. It takes a while. Plus, just been working, and like I said, it's a busy season for weddings, so I've just been working a ton. But, you know, everyone is busy. But we knew we needed more room than that. And also my boyfriend, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but he like has a pretty extensive collection. He collects like Pokemon stuff, he collects Nintendo 64 things, like, and it sounds really nerdy. But it's actually like a very, like, when I'm saying, it's not just like, oh, a collection, like it's like a collection. So it was in storage for 2 years at our apartment, just in boxes. And he obviously really wanted it to be out and displayed and have his own space. And I just knew that it was gonna like really make him happy and feel at home to have another space too of his own. So, and we found this building here that we really liked, and actually one of my boyfriend's friends live here as well, which we didn't even realize until like we were actually looking into this apartment. And there had a lot of 2 bedrooms available like relatively quickly, but then we saw this 3-bed. It's a 3-bed 2-bath, and it was literally like, I think it's like $80 for each of us extra every month for an extra bedroom. So we just decided that that was like worth it. So now it's 3-bed 2-bath. It's a nice space. Look at my hair is literally flat from being hot and sweaty. I air wrapped it. It was so pretty, and now it's like flat. I just did the Pillow Talk lip liner. This doesn't have like anything on it, but it's actually by a small business here. I think she's actually from Galesville, which is like a town relatively close to La Crosse, and she named it Small Town Beauty, but she makes lip glosses, and they're actually really, really good. I like them more than my other lip glosses, but this is just a lip gloss from her. I got some like samples to try, and now it's kind of like all I wear. It's like so creamy and so nice. I actually like even better the ones that she has, like, it's in my purse though, but they're like actually in a, you know, like a tube like this with a doe foot applicator, and those are actually my favorite. But put that on. I'm not sure what shade or anything, but I'll definitely link her small business in the description box if you want to check her out. Actually really, really nice glosses. She has like oils and lip treatments as well. That's what I have on my lips. I think that's pretty much the makeup. Works for today. But yes, our apartment, a lot more space. We're just happy that we just moved on from that time of being back and forth. We have something steady. We can now feel more settled. We have our own space. Kind of a hurdle we felt like we had to get over to be able to continue to like live our lives, basically. So all good things, you know, we're just trying to put that behind us and move on. Like, sometimes things don't happen. I think for me it was just the way it happened was really just the issue. Like, I'm okay with things not, you know, not everything works out, but it's just the way it happened. And like I said, if you were here I would tell you all about it. But we are good now. Lots more space. I have this room I still really need to decorate. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly like I want to do with the space. If you have any recommendations or anything you would think would be really cute. I'm thinking more like a like shelving unit or bookcase or something, kind of taking up the wall. That would be like styled really cute. So we'll see. I'm excited to get to that. I guess the only other like update would be that we got another cat. Like I mentioned, we have cats now, not just one cat. But my boyfriend actually works at the Humane Society here. He loves animals. He's always wanted to work with them, so we moved back. He got a job there. They have like almost, I think like 200 cats there that need homes. We knew we wanted another cat. It wasn't just like on a whim, but I guess maybe in my mind I didn't know it was gonna be like so soon. Sometimes I'll go have lunch with my boyfriend on his lunch break there. And then afterwards I'll like go in and look at all the cats with him and just like play with them and stuff. And this one cat, his name was Simba. He literally 24/7 hid under a blanket, like that was his life, because he was so scared and so unhappy there. So I went and obviously saw him, you know, hiding under a blanket, and that was his life. Like, so sad. I wanted to make sure that I was kind of almost like saving one that, you know, like just like that, like obviously very uncomfortable where he's at. I knew like the kittens went pretty quickly, though, like, you know, adult cats usually take longer to be adopted. And so even though like the kittens are so cute, I would literally take any kitten. We wanted to make sure that we were like taking one that we knew might be there for a long time and would be like less likely to be adopted. So yeah, basically I saw him hiding under a blanket. So we're like, we need to get him out of here. Like, we need to save him. We need to get him as soon as possible out of this shelter, and like get him to be happier and in a better home. So my boyfriend basically just did like a foster to adopt situation. We didn't know how, like Kobe, our other cat, we obviously didn't know how he was going to be with another cat, so we wanted to make sure that they would be okay at least to coexist together in the same home first. So yeah, my boyfriend basically just like texted me like, is it okay if I bring him home? And I was like, go right ahead. And so brought him home, and now he's basically ours. We haven't like officially done the adoption, but we pretty much decided like he's staying with us. But we're gonna rename him Sunny. He's an orange kitty. I can go grab him too, because our road name actually has the word Sunny in it, like S-U-N-N-Y. Plus he's an orange cat, so he kind of looks like the sun, you know. Kobe we got during COVID, that's why his name's Kobe. So, you know, trying to like have significance in their names kind of. So yeah, we're gonna rename him Sunny. I'm also gonna kind of just call him Cat, because if you ever seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, Audrey Hepburn has an orange cat, an orange male cat named Cat in that movie, and I love that movie so much. I've always wanted a cat named Cat that was orange. So obviously this is perfect, but I don't know if I want to go as far as like actually naming him Cat. But we always have so many nicknames anyway, so I think that's gonna be one of my nicknames for him. Cat. Say hi. This is Sunny. He's a pretty little orange kitty, and he's so sweet, like so sweet, so chill and like friendly and loving, and obviously beautiful too. But yes, that is pretty much, I think, everything that's kind of been happening in the last few months. Just moving to a different city, getting new jobs, getting a new apartment, getting a new cat. I think that is everything I have today, all the updates. And I like this makeup too. It'll work just fine for my makeup trial tonight. Might have to do something more with my hair, because now it's literally flat, but it's also like, okay, it's got a little life, you know? It's not like it's stick straight or anything. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear how you guys have been. If you have any big life updates, let me know in the comments down below. So if you are not yet, I would love for you to subscribe and join us. And don't forget to give this video a like, and I will see you soon. Bye.